Hey, Castles Adobe's Pastor John here, and today's scripture is from Matthew, and it's talking about a king who's throwing a big wedding feast. So he goes and invites all of his friends, all of his good, fine, upstanding friends, to the wedding feast, and all he gets is excuses. He sends his messengers out, and they're like, "No, we can't come. No, I'm too busy." Some of them even throw his messengers out or beat them with sticks to get out of their house because they're too busy. They don't want to be bothered by anything except what they're doing in their own little world. So then the king says, "You know what? I don't need them. They don't want to come. I'm going to invite anybody who's out on the street, anybody my messengers can find. I'm going to have them invite first person they meet." So they go out and they invite all sorts of people to come into the wedding feast. And when the feast is on, the king sees a guy there who's wearing his just um, inappropriate for the time sort of street clothes. Back then, you had sort of your old smelly clothes that you would like do your work in every day, and then you had your special clothes that you would come and do things. And it was sort of like the equivalent of like someone showing up at a wedding nowadays naked. That would be shocking. And so the king comes up to the guy who's not prepared, and he says, "What are you doing here?" And the guy doesn't have an answer, and so it's basically given the old shove off to the king, and the king's like, "Wow, you're not prepared to be here. You're being really disrespectful and rude, and so yeah, you're going to be thrown out." And so he gets thrown out. So point of this story is it's not about wedding and wedding planners and all this kind of stuff, bridezillas. No, it's about being prepared. And so if you're invited somewhere, just be prepared because you're part of that community. Even the people who got the wedding invitation who refused weren't prepared. And so, it's a choice. That's what uh, this story is really saying. You can choose to be part of the feast, or you can choose to go off and be too busy, or just come unprepared and kind of laggle along and not do what needs to be done. And so that's what the good news is. So it's not about being thrown out. It's about making a choice. Do you choose to be distracted, or do you choose to live? Do you choose to celebrate, or do you choose to just go about life doing your busy work and wearing your street clothes everywhere? So it's about that. It's a weird lesson, I know, but it's a good one if you think about it. So anyway, that's it. I pray that you are well and that you are safe, and of course, being a blessing. Um, and that's really what the story's about, I guess, is being a blessing. The guy didn't come into the wedding as a blessing. He came in to be disruptive and just not part of the uh, where everybody was going and celebrating. And so that's it. Peace.